In today's video, you will learn how to integrate WordPress with HubSpot. So we'll start by hovering over Mail Opt-in on the left, and we'll click on Integrations. Now on the next page, we'll need to find the HubSpot tab on the left. Okay, so it's right here. Next, we'll scroll up and click on Authorize. Now here, I'm just going to click on My Account and click Choose Account. Let's agree to the terms and click on this check mark. Alright, so now we're done with the authorization. Let's go ahead and create our opt-in. So in the menu on the left, under Mail Opt-in, we'll click on Opt-in Campaigns. We'll click on Add New. Now let's name our opt-in, and let's also choose a theme. Today I'm going to be using a slide-in opt-in, so let's select this one. So this is our opt-in builder. On the right, we have a preview of the opt-in. On the left, we have our main customization menu. So for example, we can go to design to make a few changes. For example, we can adjust the opt-in's width by using this slider, and we can also add a display effect. So as an example, here are some slide-in animations, but you can always choose whichever one you want. We can also adjust background color and add custom CSS. So I'm going to make the body of the opt-in a darker green, and we'll customize the button later on. Now the opt-in's preview has clickable elements, so you can simply click on a part of the opt-in and use its options on the left to customize it. So for example, since I clicked on the headline, I can go ahead and configure its options on the left. I can also click on the description here to customize it as well. Now let's move on to the form. We have our options on the left, and here we can see that we can use custom HTML to customize the form. And there's also an option to use only a call to action button. Now moving down, we'll see our form fields. And by default, we have both a name and email field, which can be customized, and of course, the email field is required by default. You can click on this button to add a custom field, and we'll start by giving it a title. Let's call this one City, and in the drop-down menu below, we can choose a type. We'll keep it as text, and we'll just go ahead and customize the colors and fonts to match the existing fields. Alright, now below this, we also have options to customize the button, but in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and change the button's background color to a dark green, one that's darker than the body. Okay, so now we'll move on to the configuration tab. And here we have some options that may change depending on your opt-in type. There's an option to change the opt-in slide-in position, so we can choose either left or right. We can also hide the close button with this toggle switch. You can add sound effects and customize your cookie durations as well. Now, the final option on this page lets you remove Mail Opt-in's branding if you want to. So now we're going to move on to the Integrations tab, and here we have an option to store our lead data only inside of Mail Opt-in, especially if we don't want to connect an external email marketing service. In our case, we want to connect HubSpot, so I'm going to go ahead and select it from the list. Let's select the email list. It's all contacts. And for this demonstration, for lead status, I'll select New. Now we need to select a life cycle stage, and it's up to you to choose the appropriate option, but I'm going to use Subscriber, and I'll select a contact owner as well. Okay, now let's map our custom fields. I'm going to go ahead and map my city field to the city field inside of HubSpot, and I'll click on Save since we only have one custom field. Okay, so now we can go back and move on to the next tab, which is After Conversion. And this is where you can determine exactly what happens after a lead subscribes. We'll keep the default options and move on to display rules. Now, this is where we can configure our targeting options. We'll focus on the trigger for our opt-in. We'll use after scrolling down X%. We'll activate the rule, and we'll use the slider to select something like 20%. Alright, so once we're done with our configuration, we'll save our changes and we'll turn on our opt-in. Okay, we'll exit the builder. And to test this, we'll need to go to our website and scroll down to about 20% of the page to see what happens. So here's our web page. I'll just go ahead and scroll down about 20%. Now, once the opt-in slides in, we can enter our lead information. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this quickly and subscribe. Okay, so here's our success message. Now let's go on over to HubSpot to see if we see this information as well. Let's move over to the sidebar on the left. We'll go to CRM, then Contacts. And if we take a look at the first entry, this is the lead information that we entered in our slide-in opt-in. All right, so in addition to this, Mail Opt-in also has automation features that allow you to send emails to your leads. You can send a new post notification email to your subscribers whenever a new post is published, Or you can send them a post email digest, which is basically a roundup of your latest posts. We have full tutorials on MailOptin's automation features in the description down below, so you can go ahead and check it out. I really hope this helps. Thanks for watching and see you next time.